Welcome back to Crypto's Juiciest News. It's crime season, baby. Before we even look at the Bitcoin price, the SEC has dropped its case against Hawk Tour girl, Haley Welch. Okay? Is she a spitter? Is she a swallower? Some say she can do both. It's a family-friendly show, friends. The Bitcoin price is right on the Doge, neither green nor red. So there is right now a tumbling happening. That's what you've probably been watching and seeing right now. The stonk market has pretty much done this like little rejection of this like moving average on this lower high, which I'll come and I'll show you out here. It is I guess I would say stock standard stuff. I think there's like some moving average line here. It comes back up here and it just does that. That is literally in every single S&P 500 bull market. There is that pattern. Okay, it comes back here. And actually, friends, the stock market, so that maybe the moving average is one of the big moving averages. I forgot which one. Okay, one big moving average is here, right? And then it always, friends, it comes here and it just like will smack the low, close there, and it will just start going up. Okay. Now, how do I know this? It's because, you know, before I even came into crypto, I was looking at the stock market and I'm thinking, oh, I wonder if I can see a pattern. Nah. S&P 500, friends, is nobody's bitch, bro. It's the king. You want to talk about it? This is the actual king, okay? You ain't scamming this, brother. It's scamming you. It will close a monthly candle red right at the low, and then it'll open up on the Monday in the new month. It'll gap down below the low, like 0.5%, make you think that it's over, and that is literally up only from that point. It will just start, but it won't just start going up, just like staircases up. S&P 500 fans, I've watched it for 15 years, man. Like, this thing's an absolute beast. It's literally a beast. And that's why if you watch how it plays, like, don't bother trying to predict it. That's why a lot of people, they think that they'll be able to avoid pitfalls in crypto because they can guess the stock market. Dude, if you could guess the S&P 500, you're not dealing with this shitty little $80 lottery ticket stuff, okay? You're dealing with billions of dollars sloshed around trading in the stock market. S&P 500 has a 50 trillion market cap. Okay, so, but we're all waiting. I remember seeing as well, Uncle Bobby, friends, he's actually underweight equities, which is something to think about as well. But that's why, friends, a lot of you, during these concerning times, a lot of you always wonder, how the hell do I maintain such confident composure during these times? Friends, you got to remember, man, once you live through what a high return looks like, you don't feel good with uncertainty. You don't feel good, but you know there's nothing you can do. This is part of the game. You know that, right? It's literally, friends, okay, imagine you've never gone to the gym in your life, and you are picking up weights for the first time. I remember the first time I went to the gym, man, I was sore for 2 weeks because of the lactic acid buildup. But if you weren't reading about the science or what's actually happening, your body's morphing around, things are stretching, and a signal from your body to be like, hey, I'm recovering. Here's some pain receptors here. Make sure you don't bruise this muscle because I'm trying to build muscle and recover, right? If you didn't know that, you think you've just gone through some sort of like, you think you're gonna die. You're like, oh my gosh, I've damaged my body forever. You don't know that this is a process of growing, right? So when you have that, you never feel good. You're like, oh man, I'm sore. Yeah, but you know in your head, you're like, man, I feel the soreness, but I know I'm growing. Okay, but markets is just a different game. There is a cost to these. What's your soreness? Well, if you've been pegged, you're pretty sore from behind, but and there's other soreness as well, friends. The soreness is there's no clarity. There's no certainty, okay? You don't know, oh, I know there's this answer here, and for sure I can't be wrong, and everyone else is for sure wrong. So I have to be right. And the market, once I talk to people, they will then agree with me and price it in up. You don't get that. Okay? You do not get that, friends. So I've seen this firsthand, okay? You do not get a point where prices are down and then you can talk to the crowd and unwind their fear and make things go up. You can't do that, okay? Maybe in another lifetime. Maybe we've got some mad UFO tech. We can't do that, okay? So that's why the market can stay irrationally cheap or expensive for quite a while. Now, looking at the weekly chart for Bitcoin, interesting, right? It comes back to the 21 EMA, and here we have a red candle hanging around. I'm going to show you as well, friends. I've got, thank you to Mr. Colin. Colin Mr. Colin T, Talks Crypto. He's been following the global M2 liquidity closely. I mean, like, I follow it too, but like it's the same stuff. You can't do anything, you know what I mean? If we look down here, friends, this is the interesting part. Okay, so there was a surge. So remember, this white line is global M2. And there's a delay between the effects in markets. Yeah, it's like, 50 to 70 days. So it's kind of like almost showing you into the future. Almost. Remember, crypto doesn't have any Fugazi DCA buyers. So crypto's more pure. Bitcoin is more pure. You can actually see the charts. Bitcoin follows the expansions and the reductions of the M2 money supply. And why doesn't the stock market follow it as closely, even though the stock market does? The reason is because the stock market has $60 billion of DCA Ponzi money every month. That's why. There's people, nurses, orange juice squeezers, fluffy slipper creators, everyone out there with an honest job. They're just DCA buying in. They have a constant DCA bid. So they can't even touch their money for 20, 30 years. Your 401k superannuation. So that money coming in is forced, okay? That basically, like, they don't care about the M2 money supply. They don't care about interest rates or nothing. Okay. So that's pretty much why that comes in. So even when the market's going down, you'll see this DCA money push these things back up and make a strong lower high or a higher high sometimes. But we don't have that in crypto, right? We don't have forced DCA money from your employer. With Bitcoin, you basically have to just do it automatically. You have to believe. You have to tell yourself to DCA. It's not from your wage, so it's different. So here's another thing. Now let's look here, right? So this was M2 money supply goes up. Bitcoin went up to 87K. M2 money supply comes down, and now Bitcoin, I think, is like down here now. It's come back. It just hit down here. So the most important part from this is this vertical dotted line, and it implies blast off in May, which sucks because we're in March right now, and next month is April, not May. And by the way, when May comes, we're going to have to call it Ma-Y, okay? That's our code word. Now, Ma-Y is still 30 days away. Man, I'm just sick of it, bro. Like, friends, I'm going to go out there. I'm going to do some damage. Like, every 30 days, there's another carrot on the stick. Oh, but the global, but don't sell now. But don't do it every single time, okay? I'm literally, friends, you know that meme? Am I the only one in here? I'm just ready to clock the gun, friends. I'm just going to go on a freaking spree out here. Yeah, markets, right? That's what markets do. But look, I've told you as well, friends. I've been through this, okay? Even let's learn from, like, example everyone knows. Look at Hex. Hex, your returns were dog shit compared to ETH for out of 48-month cycle. Didn't even exist in the first 12 to 24 months. So from month 0 of the cycle to month like 42, Hex useless, literally 0 to 42. And then in the last 6 months, you got your big move. I'm going to show you. And here you have it right now. It's actually less than 6 months, you know that? From September, friends, to the top. It started rallying in May. So it's actually, 4 months. So from month 0 to 44, literally did nothing. Even though you look like, oh, up and down, no, it's following ETH. Okay, it did nothing outside of Ethereum. And then the last 4 months, there you go. So it's not just Hex, by the way. Many altcoins are like that. But I know crypto moves exponential like that. The thing is, friends, we just didn't know it was going to play out again for the 4th cycle like this. We did not know Ethereum, piece of poop, was going to be this bad in a freak accident. We did not know. And can I tell you something as well? Okay. Even if you waited, you saw Bitcoin get the spot ETF. And then Ethereum is getting the spot ETF. you're really going to tell me you would have expected that ETH BTC would drop 61% after the Ethereum spot ETF? No way. No one knew that. No one. Only like people who permanently hate Ethereum, right? But they're like going to get it wrong eventually later on. You see how tough that bet was? That's why, friends, when Ethereum goes down, I'm not upset. Like, because I'm like, man, like, really? I'm in shock. It's disbelief of how garbage you are. That was like, man, that to me is like, you fooled everyone. It's kind of like, literally, have you ever seen a day, friends? I remember seeing a day where it's literally clear blue skies, and then 3 hours later, thunderstorms, everything sideways. You know what I mean? And I'm looking at it like, dude, the weather people lied. Where the hell did this come from? That's like, you know, those rare moments. That's what pretty much happens. It's like a freak storm that comes out. And so you don't even feel pissed off. You're just like, all right, man, what are the chances of that? You know what I mean? Like, I rolled the dice 6 times and they landed on 1 all 6 times in a row. Like, that's what it feels like. Now, if we do get up only, I guess, in April, the month of April, how much up only can we really get? Because this is the extreme. This is important, friends, okay? This is BTC. You know, like, we've had freak accident. We've had 4 red monthly candles. Literally 4 red monthly candles. This is, friends, is literally the worst it's ever been. I'm not joking. You know how everyone always says, oh, it's the worst it's ever been? No, this is actually the worst it's ever been. This is the longest between a pump. We are in the longest bear market territory ever for altcoins. And we had 4 red monthly candles in a row, like the finisher. It is like, statistically, it is the worst. The longest, the worst, the most painful, the most punishing. It is right now. But, look, I know it's garbage, but that means technically you should be the most long right now. You should be the most long. You should be the most aggressive. You should still be the most aggressive. Yeah, the price has got cheaper. You keep buying, okay? Also, things that you think require a good narrative, you have to get into them. You have to be long. You're probably already long with a lot of the stuff like the rest of us. But that's how you navigate markets, right? When it looks this really, 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 really bad. By the way, friends, it was bad here. By the way, last year, October, September. Remember, we thought after Trump we would get the green candles. We got 4 red candles. Look, friends, it is what it is, okay? It's a hangover from, I guess, you know, past policies, past anything. You never get that full confident answer, okay? But I'm not giving up. Okay, I'm not giving up. I'm staying here because look, friends, I know in markets, man, you don't get out when it's garbage. You get in when there's garbage. You get out when there's 6 green monthly candles in a row. That's when you get out. You know, this honestly, this shocks me. We got Donald Pump as the president. We have not had a single green candle, bro. And look at this, friends. You know, last year, just since 2024 starts here, we didn't even get more than a green candle to repeat. We did not get 2 green candles in a row. So altcoins, that would only give you friendship for 1 month and then down only again. Short-lived, right? Now, in the previous cycle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's huge explosion, right? And then in 2017, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row. Bro, we got 4 red. Damn, we got cucked. But we got to keep believing. Keep on believing. All right, friends, we got Spoonie. We're going to mog the non-believers. It's crime season now. Let's make the most of it, okay? Now, let's crack on with like some news and stuff. So, obviously, Ethereum is still a tulip emoji piece of garbage. Bro, what are you doing down here? 1800. What are you doing down here, Ethereum? You were this price in the 2022 bear market, you piece of shit. I'm telling you, Richard tried, friends. Richard Hort, Ricardo Corazon, the non-founder of pDAI, hater of pDAI. His chain is currently being exploited by a kid's Vietnamese dong. That Richard Hart. We're all disappointed by ETH, man. We're all really disappointed. But it is what it is, man. Is it ETH or is it the wider cyclical force? It's also the wider cyclical force, friend. It's honestly like it's not really just Ethereum. It's just you just push shit away. You know, you just like government workers pushing papers off you. Because like, here's the proof, right? It's Mr. Russell. It's actually not Ethereum. You look at, oh, Mr. Russell, but then you go further, like, oh, what's actually keeping Mr. Russell down? And then we have it here, friends, the business ISM cycle, which I've shown you right here again. The business ISM cycle, still below 50.9. So, look, friends, I hate that whole happy-go-lucky, everything's great. I hate that. I don't like that guy all the time, but I'm being honest, man. It hasn't even started yet, okay? We haven't even started yet. And I'm not just saying to fluff anyone. We literally haven't even started yet, man. Like, every single cycle of business requires you to thrust above 50 for a period of time, okay? We're still below 52, okay? We had the freak accident 26 months. So we literally haven't even started, okay? Now, you know, when are we going to start? You get in line with me. When moon? I'd like to know too. Now, some updates of the day, right? The stupid pDAI coin is once again mentioned by Richard Hart for the 33rd time this month, citing that pDAI is totally stupid, but it has resilience. But don't forget, it's actually really stupid and not worth talking about if it's worthless. If it's worthless. So it's actually true, friends. He did call it stupid multiple times. I made so many breaking videos out here. This is his tweet out here. You know, those things were swapped, they're inflated pDAI, they get sold, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, it's, and the price action, yeah, we actually went up on it as well, which is funny. After the news came out here, friends, from the low, it's up 53%. But still, this isn't like anything to like look what it looks like. Just down capitulations. It's probably going to round off or something. It is the most interesting coin on PulseChain. It has the highest mind share. Everyone's making, we've never seen, friends, no one has made this many Twitter spaces for anything, especially in PulseChain. Everyone's got an opinion on it. That's the thing. Everyone's got an opinion on it. Everyone knows what pDAI is, and everyone has an opinion on it. There you go. Mindshare locked in. Locked in. They go, oh, 100. So, total scam. Vietnamese. Richard doesn't like it. Yeah. On the other hand, he's speaking through the blockchain. There was an infinite minting bug before. If it was true, then like, why didn't he complain about the 16 billion pDAI minted? Why is he only focusing on 240 million pDAI minted? If you check the chain, you'll see that. There was 16 billion minted at the start. Now there's 240 million. Why are we attributing a recency bias? Why wasn't it a problem with the 16 billion? Why is it a problem now with 240 million? That's literally, if I do the math, that's 48 times smaller. So we did 48 times more inflation somewhere. That's cool. 1 out of 48, friends. That is the one that everyone's looking at. You know, so it's interesting. Everyone's got an opinion on it. It's pretty cool. And actually, I'm a bit in disbelief myself, friends. It's actually somehow green on the weekly for pDAI. That's wild, man. And you know, friends, what I'm about to show you, I showed it to you yesterday. I got to show it to you again because I actually thought about this again. I can't get over this. Did you know pDAI did the exact same chart pattern as Ethereum? It came back to its August 2024 price and it stopped out the lows before, and then it's come back here. So I'm just going to now show you Ethereum doing that exact same thing. Man, it's just wild, man. How do these things happen, man? So look at this. Ethereum goes up, and then here we go, bang. Look, it's come back. It's actually down here, right? Like Ethereum's actually like weaker than pDAI, which is funny. Here's the August price. You see? Comes back up, bang. So maybe Ethereum just comes back. Man, that's just, I'm speechless, man. I'm literally speechless, okay? I've got to sharpen my pointy elbows here for this. I'm in shock that something like this, where the stories, nothing to do with each other. One's Ethereum, one's pDAI. pDAI is so controversial. There's Richard Hart. It's gate-kept, infinite minting or not. All these things happening, and they still have the same price action chart. How the hell did that happen? I'm telling you, man, markets, friends, like, we think we're all different. We're not. We're all connected. All of us. Our emotions are connected. Instead of fighting the emotions, I jump in with the crowd with the emotions, okay? I want to feel the lows to go, oh, I'm feeling really low right now. There I know, yeah? I want to feel the highs, okay? That is what I believe. So at the start, friends, I didn't want to look at any of the stuff. I'm like, oh, don't look at it at all. So you're always like a robot, neutral. But what I noticed what would happen is in the moments that counted, it was impossible. When it got extreme, it was impossible to keep a rational head. Impossible. because it would creep in and you're not used to it. It would eventually creep in at the tops. It would creep in at the bottoms, okay? So I thought, you know what? Instead of taking that robot approach, why don't I let's just read everything, okay? Let me feel what the crowd is feeling, okay? Because if I'm feeling up, and down, and I'm getting more used to, hey, am I feeling like a 6 now or a 9? You know, am I feeling like a 2 or like a -8, right? Like how low are we actually, what's actually like getting at us? Yeah, that's my method of how I want to do things. Because crypto's got a big edge, friends. The problem is there's no formula with the cash flow. So if you can identify that, maybe you get a big reward. 99 Capital, friends, from PulseChain pDAI community. He says some big progress updates for pDAI have been made from on-chain transactions and evidence, and he will be posting them shortly. It's probably nothing though. Richard Hart said, stop buying pDAI with a question mark. So this is 9iron's post that I've grabbed from the Telegram. Got a nice little insight for everyone tomorrow. A big day of progress. So friends, remember Mr. 99 Capital, he has been checking, like he is checking all of PulseChain 24/7. Different transactions. He's the one he uncovered. Oh, Maker DAO is being moved and things are moving around. And, you know, there's stuff happening and there's like benevolent actors. Like, for example, friends, do you remember pUSDC pegged to pDAI? Amazingly. Man, that's, friends, I can't believe it, man. I can't believe it. I know how it works, kinda, still. Like they put it into a vault and it's arbitraged from the inside. But I just can't believe it, man. We got an unbacked stablecoin to peg with a freaking PulseChain fork version of USDC, which doesn't have a US denominated account holding the dollar for it. Oh my gosh, man. Crypto, friends, we got some magic tricks in the crypto, man. Friends, you got to think about it. Okay, how often does my mind blow this often? It doesn't. I'm telling you, if people come into PulseChain and they start seeing some magic like this, look, I reckon if pDAI is at 10 cents again, people will be looking at that and they'll be like, oh, it happened here. I guess this is the next one. That's what I feel like they'll be looking at that and they'll be in amazement. They'll be in amazement, right? Because like imagine, friends, Kyle Chassé, Crypto Banter, Ivan, dude, their minds will literally explode. Literally explode, right? And then I'll be saying, you know who did that? Not Richard Hart. And they'll be like, oh, who then? I'll be like, shut up. Do you want to know who did that? Not Richard Hart. Because they don't get it. By the way, because they don't get it, they're not taking the time here. They think we're the lunatics, which we are. We are lunatics. Yeah, you got to be a bit of crazy to do this. And by a bit, I mean a lot crazy. That's the only people who find that stuff. Oh, you think you weren't crazy for buying a freaking drug money laundering coin called Bitcoin 13 years ago? You think you weren't a bit crazy? You think you weren't a bit crazy going to the first Bitcoin meetups? Do you know where they were, friends? In underground basements. And you needed a code word to get in. Yes, you did. Okay, I heard from the early Bitcoin guys. They put in documentaries and stuff. You had to use a code word to get in. And I'm thinking, code word, why? And they go, because they knew they were going after the government money. They go, we got to use a code word. They were scared to say the word Bitcoin in public. They were scared that at the start. They're the cypherpunks. Okay? Maybe, just maybe, in years from now, people watch my videos and they go, hey, Sammy told us, apparently, eons ago, Richard Hart, in the pDAI story, told everyone he's definitely not the founder and he ran away from it. You know? I know we're living it right now. We are living that story right now. And in the future, that's what people will do. They'll be like, whoa. Let's continue. Elon Musk's friends said, actually, you know what, friends? Before we even go to Elon Musk, with that pUSDC stuff, okay, there's pUSDT. And you remember these, friends? I made a video last year. Yeah, I said, but like I said, if you wanted to get it to play for the peg, you can. And you know what's interesting? It kept crashing down lower. I wanted to buy more. But I think it wasn't at the PC. And I saw this was really fishy. It just started sinking down. For some reason, friends, I don't know why. I literally said, I was talking to. I literally said, bro, I think he's sending down this because he's about to peg it. He's sending it down because it was just so weird. Like, why are you just crashing harder and harder and harder down, and then this giant move comes out? Now, it hasn't actually pegged to do that, but man, the range. This is. Remember, this is pUSDT pDAI. Man, friends, this is just so weird, bro. How can we do this, Richard? Bro, I just can't. It's not meant to be like that, man. Richard did say, the non-founder, he did say, I got a lot of tricks up my sleeve. Man, how's this possible? Like, you understand why my mind's always blown. Okay, philosophically, the pUSDT is linked to the outside world. It's meant to have a dollar backed in the bank account, exogenous, yeah. And the pDAI is meant to represent crypto-backed $1, okay? This has made them shake hands and confirm friendship. It's pegged them. Really weird, man. Really weird. It's not being able to do it. So that's why a lot. By the way, did you have look? That's why. Look, just show you. Okay, that's why a lot of people believe in the pDAI, the fast peg narrative. Friends, look how fast this happened. By the way, you didn't even notice this. Look how fast it went in an hour. Look at that. Look at that. Whee! Up to 70. Up to 0.7. You see that? Straight away. That's it. See this move? That's why, friends, this is if you're in look, in Hex community, people think, okay, we're gonna go to like $1 really fast. Hex is just gonna fly up to the dollar, okay? This is look at they're expecting something like this. This is what pDAI people believe as well. Okay? So that's where the expectation comes from. Well, we're just gonna peg, wow, we're done, yay, you know. So here's the thing, guys. I'm always like, you have to, in this game of markets, okay, you have to survive, right? So part of surviving is just keeping your expectations so that, you know, you're about to go to war any day now. You're just ready for war, ready for another week of down, another month, another period of time. That's pretty much what I'm always prepared for. And then if a cherry appears out of the sky and lands in my mouth, and I check the cherry and I'm like, better not be a pair of hairy nuts. And you're like, okay, it's actually a cherry. Thank you. Then it's nice, you know, but that's what it's like, friends. The market throws you, it does throw you cherries from time to time, but expecting the cherry, it'll leave you for disappointment most of the time. Now, carrying on with some other news, friends. Elon Musk says he can slash $1 trillion of spending from Doge. And I've added here as well, this could come as a reward paycheck to retailers to punt altcoins. If you remember, they want to, it's such a good move, more governments should do this. So they want to slash the weird spending where they're giving like, you know, $80 million to go research, you know, foreskin circumcision in like random countries and stuff. So what they're going to want to do is whatever the savings they get from that, they'll give like 20% check to Americans. It could be like thousands of dollars. Hopefully that's like the 2020 debacle when it comes to the zombie virus stimulations. We'll see. The estrogen union, friends, lactating their man boobs, have capitulated into making trade concessions to avoid Trump's reciprocal tariffs. So this is, bro, I recall 30 days ago, these fat man boob lactating, bug eating, bug worshipping scum who tell everyone else to eat bugs while they're eating nice, well cooked sirloin steak. Those fatties, okay, they were saying Trump deranged, bully. Trump doesn't know what he's doing. Trump is a lunatic. Trump will get nothing done. Literally 30 days ago. Today, oh, yes, sir. Please, please, sir. Please, no more tariffs, sir. Please, please, sir. Please. Come on, guys. They're full of shit, man. All these people are full of crap. It's political theater. Michael Chad Saylor said Bitcoin's going to $23 million. I'm not making it up. I'm not making it up. He said it's going to $23 million. That's a 500 trillion market cap. So for everyone else out there saying there's not enough money at pDAI $1, Hex $1, Pulse at 1 penny, or for, you know, us to pump. I think about stuff like this. I'm like, bro, we literally got a guy. We literally have a guy saying Bitcoin's going to $23 million. And he bought 2.5% of the supply. He owns 2.5% of the supply. What would all the copers say? That he's got bag bias. Bro, that's a game. You know who else does this? People who own real estate. They buy a lot of real estate in big cities, and then they bribe the politicians to basically control them so they don't screw up the city. You go, oh, hey, billionaire, you've got bag bias in New York. You're just paying for the politicians to, like, you know, do these certain laws because you got bag bias. Friends, they're called incentives. All right. Yes. Everyone's incentivized for something. Everyone does. By the way, that's what dopamine does for you. Incentivizes you to do actions. Everyone does that. But just because they have an incentive to do something doesn't mean you fade it necessarily. You still got to observe. That's what makes you a good investor. The FDIC said banks can engage in crypto activities now without approval. It's very good. Like, man, they're doing, like, they're really trying to pump out bags now. Banks, you can just go buy crypto. You don't even need a right to them. That's wild. But you got to admit, friends, I'm going to get the Pokeball out for that one. Talk about friendship. That's why, okay, we're trying to pump your bags. Really, really, really trying to pump your bags. Banks can literally just go buy Bitcoin, go buy Ethereum, go do whatever you want. You don't have to tell us you own them. You know, obviously we know that's going to go into bad stuff later on in the bear market, but right now it has to start good. And they know that, by the way. The government knows that. They're like, look, man, we're so far behind. We've got to get everybody into crypto first. Then we can do the strict laws later. Trump said he spoke with Canada's Carney and says things are going to work out well. So they were fighting a month ago. Now everything's nice. Everyone's losing their minds. Ah! Look, bro, you didn't even know Trudeau wasn't even in anymore. And now you're pretending to care about the maple syrup taxes. You know? Look, this game of markets, okay? If you want to do what I do, you have to, like, look at the emotions of the crowd and you got to sync with them. But for most people, it's not worth it. You don't have 18 hours a day. You are better off just not looking at it at all, most of the time. The SEC closes its investigation, as I said, to Haley Welch, saying you are now free to, I guess, where is she? Here she is. You can spit on it. You can swallow it. You can choke on it. You can do whatever you want, darling. You're going to have a good time. There you go. By the way, her coin pumped up a bit. Yeah, because friends, look, they're meme coins, man. Like, in crypto, you're making book club tickets. You know what I mean? It's just that these book club tickets, anyone in the world can buy them. You know, so like there's like a digital big cloud out there where you can just release a book club ticket on a shelf and anybody in the world can buy it. That's crypto. You know, but usually we don't have a problem like this because you're only limited geographically in your own suburb. You know, you can't get 3 million people to buy into your book club ticket. More like you get like 30 people from your local neighborhood, right? So that's why the SEC and stuff, it's a big problem as well. So we'll see how all these things play out. It is crime season though, confirmed. It is crime season. And also, friends, like all these things, meme coins are good. I know the meme coin revolution and everything, but what about this meme coin, bro? What about this meme? What about this meme? You know? What about this? What about the Peganings? Makes you think. Also, friends, some Elon Musk news. Elon Musk's XAI buys X just by swapping stock. Fluffs up the numbers good, with both being worth $80 billion. So why I grabbed that for you is I've noticed a new level of Ponzi is starting in crypto and the world. And I'm sure this has happened in previous business cycles. I was probably just a squirt sperm. I was probably just swimming around in my dad's nuts by then. I wasn't born yet. So it's the I swap for you and you swap for me Ponzi. I don't know the term for that. Is there a term? Please, if you're wiser, if you're older, if you've been through this, if there is a term, let me know. I'm really curious. I swap for you, you swap for me Ponzi. So you know who's doing this? Trump with World Liberty Finance. Tron, Justin Sun's already taken him up on the offer. So basically, they have a deal where they'll buy 10 million of your coin if you buy 10 million of theirs and leave it on the balance sheet. Okay, so that type of Ponzi. Now, why is it a Ponzi? Well, because it's look, I got a feeling this is gonna be like the new thing. It's because what's actually happening is people think this is people are buying stuff organically from demand, but they're not. They're buying for just the other person to keep their stuff on the balance sheet. You know, so it basically like, oh, I've got all these assets here, but no, they're actually liabilities. Well, now I'm thinking about it. Like you're saying, oh, but you've got this coin and this coin and this coin and this coin. But you think they're assets. No. They're favors. They're liabilities. You know, I can't just like, they're not actually real assets. I can't like sell that, you know, because then they sell our stock. You get it? Or our crypto. Like it's kind of like, friends, let's use an example. Let's use like Tangang, and let's use another crypto ecosystem. Let's use like Maria Tropa before he nuked it, okay? Let's say Mr. Too Spooky and Orange Gooey, they had like a Tangang wallet, and they have HOA and Dick with Butt there, yeah? And they had like, you know, they had like this wallet there, and it's got money, and then there's someone else in the Tropa ecosystem. Let's say there's like, I remember like Zach. Remember Zach? Zach was like into Atropa and stuff. And let's say like, let's say you just represent them. Zach, let's say Zach's friends with Maria as well. You know, so you got two wallets and they both have like, you know, 100 grand each. So if you're looking at it from like, you know, a business perspective, imagine they go, hey, what we'll do is you got your tokens, right? We have a supply of the tokens. Okay. You buy 100 grand of mine, I'll buy 100 grand of yours. Yeah. So then Mr. Too Spooky, he transacts, he gets 100 grand. Now he's got a Tropa. Yeah. And then Zach, right, he gets 100 grand. He buys like, you know, Dick with Butt, you know, Dick with Butt and HOA. So, see what I mean? So now there's like 100 grand and 100 grand. So if you isolate them and you're just looking at Mr. Too Spooky, you're like, whoa, man, like, you know, like on your balance sheet, you've got $100,000. That's really cool, right? That's what it looks like. Yeah. But if you don't know the deal, you'd know, hey, I can't actually get rid of that, because if I get rid of that, he dumps our coin as well. Okay, so like I'll be trying to like do you know what I mean? So like if I sell that for a profit, right, whatever the profit happens, this guy just sells it up as well. So there's no actual net ad, but it's a signal to the market. You think there's assets and things being brought up everywhere. Now I believe we're in the early stages of that. If it transpires, friends, because I'm starting to see more of this. People think like, oh, this is cool. Look, we're going to laugh now because we haven't started the bull market real pump. But just promise me you remember this video, okay? Please promise me, because there's going to be some stuff later on. I guarantee you they're going to do this. I guarantee. And then people are going to be like, you don't get it. It's this, it's that. You understand, right? It's like it's self-circular, okay? It's literally self-circular. So you both say, hey, how do we all win? Well, how we all win is fresh money outside, new demand comes in. That's how we all win. Okay? That's literally what happens. But I'm going to assume in the mania, we do a lot of this Fugazi thing out here. So, but the good thing is we can identify it. We haven't seen it, and it's reflexive on the way up, and like it's super reflexive on the way down. Okay, like for example, imagine there's like 20 coin communities doing something shit like this, you know, with their own Fugazi stuff out here, or even companies as well. But imagine one of them has taken way too much risk, and then they have to get liquidated in something. Yeah. So let's use PulseChain ecosystem, right? So let's say like 10 coin communities do this. Let's say Mr. Too Spooky, let's say he borrowed from the bank to go build another orange tree in his backyard, and unfortunately, like his loan's getting called. So then he has to go. He starts selling a Tropa to pay off that loan because everything in the outside world's gone bad, you know. But because he sells a Tropa, now Maria's like, hey, you sold our coin. I guess we're gonna sell your coin, and then it lowers he lowers the coin value even more. And then he's like, oh crap, Now I have to sell more of my stuff again to pay off the loan because this thing keeps, and then just go bang, 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 like that. It's what we call the unwind. This is very, very common in all these. So I do look forward to that, friends. The Ponzi hasn't even started. Hopefully we get to see some sort of like a BitConnect version 2. Man, I hope we're in it, by the way. Please, friends, we got to look out for it. Like, if there's a big meme BitConnect thing, we got to put something in. We're not going to get it in at the start, but like, it's going to get traction. I'm going to look at it. I'm like, man, this thing is the biggest Ponzi, but I know it's just started. Like, it doesn't end straight away. The Ponzi, they get bigger, but it's really tough. So we'll keep an eye out for them. You just never know. Just to let you know, friends, BitConnect went 1,000x before it went to 0. Only in crypto. Like, subscribe. Catch you soon.